Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and welcome to the very early game review of PSO2. In this video, we'll be taking a look at Phantasy Star Online 2, but before we start, I would like to explain what this series is going to be all about. So, this series is going to happen every Sunday, and this series I will be talking about and taking a look at the earliest of early games in free-to-play MMORPGs or similar games to this genre. Keep in mind I have not played any MMORPG games in a couple of years, so I have a lot of catching up to do, and that is why I will be doing these reviews of MMORPG games as a complete beginner. These reviews will contain the most important footage of 2+ hours of game time, so don't expect to get a lot of knowledge from these kind of videos. The reason why I'm reviewing these games is to give you a short but good review of the game's early game, and the most important thing, if it's actually easy to get into the game. At the end of each video, I will be talking about the game I'm reviewing, but not only from my playtime, but from info I have gathered from other sources. So yes, this review will contain me playing as a beginner, and then maybe me giving you guys information from other players that have played this game for a long amount of time. And without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So, the first thing I saw in the game was that there was no option to make the game go full screen, and obviously I searched on Google and it said I had to do it from the launcher, and at that point I realized that yeah, this game is very old. So after I got to the full screen to work, there was a nice cinematic explaining what arcs were and the world that this game lives in. Uh, Straight after that, the character selection screen was there. I was able to choose between human, newman, caste, and dooman. Yes, those are the name of the races. All of those races had two genders, male and female, which meant that this game does not have any gender locked races or classes. After I chose my human, the time came to choose my class, of course. The choices were hunter, summoner, force, braver, bouncer, and yeah, that was about it, I think. Yep, those were the ones that were an option. I have said in the past that I will always go with the bow and arrow class, but I went hunter instead, which had a very big sword. I don't know why, I just thought I wanted to go like that. The next screen was where you can customize your character, and after looking around, I tried to make Johnny Bravo from a cartoon, but instead of making his chest very big, I made his stomach huge. The character creation and customization is very good for, especially for an old game. You can basically do anything you want. And yeah, after I made my Johnny Bro, I entered my name SpiritGaming and chose playing like a casual because I didn't know anything about this game at all. After I click on casual, I came in a ship with one person that was in it, and that person's name was Affin. And we jumped into the tutorial mission, both of us, but Affin was not player, it was basically an NPC that helped me play the game. When I jumped in the game, we came into the world. I started walking around and testing out my buttons. The tutorial was not really that beginner friendly, but you still learned a lot of the basic things, I guess. But then in the middle of the tutorial, the planet got corrupted and enemies started appearing. Together with a new ally that came out from somewhere, we beat them out and finished the mission. After that, yes, the cutscenes had voiceovers, but when I was talking with the NPCs that were in the actual cutscene, they didn't have any voiceovers, of course. So let's say if I press E on someone, they didn't really have a voice. Your character doesn't have a voice in cutscenes or anything like that, but it does have the voices when you get hit or hit someone or use abilities and so on and so forth. After completing another main quest, the game got after completing another main quest, the game introduced me to order quests. These order quests were basically like mini tutorials, but the problem was they didn't tell you much, so I had to figure out how to complete them on my own, which I really didn't like. I'm a complete beginner when it comes to this game, and yet the game didn't tell me much at all. I searched around, I upgraded some skills and trees, and I went straight into a map filled with geysers and lava. It was fun at the beginning. I killed a lot of bosses, mobs, got some nice loot. I of course died a few times because yeah, I was not that focused, I guess. The bosses were good. You especially what I like is you had to focus different parts of the bosses to basically do more damage to them or stun them or knock them up or anything like that. I even faced an invisible boss that basically one-shot me and I died, but I respawned after that. Um, I fought a bit more when a really big boss appeared and I had to trap him in a cage and activate the device to capture it. I died once while trying it, but at the end I figured out how to do it, and yeah. And after that boss, I basically had zero death chances left. Yes, you do. Before you hit level 15, you have a bunch of death chances, but I had zero at the time because I died a bunch of times before the boss appeared that I'm gonna talk about right now. So after I captured the boss, the spider boss, I guess, I went out and the last boss was like a huge dragon that spawned and that killed me fast, and basically I realized then that I basically did the mission for nothing. I basically wasted my time. Of course, I got some loot, but none of that loot was good enough for me. I think the power was basically the same that I had before that, so I basically did the mission for nothing. I just started, it wasn't a mission, it was more of like me going and jumping in there, trying to figure out how to complete the order quests. And yeah, I didn't complete any more order quests after that. There was no mission there, and yeah, so there was really no mission there. I just wasted my time. And the bad thing is that it didn't really tell me, and I was basically at that point really tired of finding out everything about for myself. So I said to myself that I'm not enjoying the game, so I had to stop. And that's about it for my journey. And I guess now we will talk about what I think of the game and what I have read about the game from other posts. So I guess let's start. My thoughts of the game are okay. Is it easy to get into? No, it's definitely not easy to get into. The game is not that beginner friendly, and to know something, you have to watch YouTube videos or read forum posts, which is perfectly fine, for especially for content creators. But let's say for the players that don't have much time, it's really bad. You have to watch videos to learn the game and stuff like that. So I wouldn't recommend to someone this game to someone that doesn't have a lot of time to invest into it. The character creation, although the character creation was kind of amazing, you basically had can were yeah you were able to do like uh, abysmal stuff with your character. You could make it look a child, look like a huge giant, a fat giant, small giant, buff giant, whatever you like. The hairstyles were kind of funny. The faces were really funny as well. Some classes had unicorn horns and so on and so forth. So yeah, the character creation is really good. The classes did look nice with a lot of diversity, of course. All of them had different weapons. As far as the main screen went, I didn't really know that much about it. Um, and the game did really look old, which it is, but in some cases people do like those kind of older type of games, and especially it's okay because this game does not require a very good PC to run. So if you are on a budget and you want to play an MMORPG for a long amount of time, I mean, I guess this is not counted as an MMORPG. I guess it's kind of the same genre, but not really. It's more of like PV mission type of focus thing, not too much open world stuff. But I would still say it's an MMORPG, I guess. Um, the combat system is definitely fun. You can stay in the air for a long time, and that really looks cool. You can attack where you're in the air, but if you don't attack, you will get down really fast. You can throw enemies around, knock them up, stun them, and etc. Like you can really do anything with the mobs. And I definitely could see the game being really fun after a while and after learning it, but for someone that just wants to try the game out, I really, yeah, as I said, I don't really recommend it. As I said, the game is just too secretive and doesn't tell you much info about the things that are a must, and you have to spend hours and hours figuring out things that are basically very simple. If they basically told me what button I should hit, I would learn something that took me like 30 minutes to find out. So yeah, that's one bad thing, I guess. There are a few bad things in the game, of course, but that was one of them. And yeah, that's basically it about my thoughts of the game. And now I guess let's talk about what I have read about the game and how good it is compared to for not comparing to other games, but from the experience of other players. So one thing that I read about the game is, and that I really like is the game has a class transfer system, which means you can basically play any class you want, and has a skill tree system, which basically means you can choose your own playstyle and play whatever you like. And but the bad thing is, I read that to reset the trees, the ones that you choose your playstyle from, yeah, you have to grind a bit, and I mean, I guess that's fine, of course. Also, you can have a main class and a subclass, which means you can combine two classes at the same time, which I found it awesome. Yeah, that in itself is basically amazing. You can customize your playstyle as well, as I said. Playing with friends looks cool as well. And also, yes, there is PvP in the game, but I didn't have much knowledge about it. I don't really have much knowledge about it, but I did see PvP in this game, so that was fun. And yeah, that's it about this game. As I said, it's pretty fun if you get into it, but for me, like, I don't really plan on playing this game for a long amount of time. And yeah, so yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video, of course. And it's kind of a different video compared to my other videos. Every single Sunday I will be doing this type of videos, like as I said in the beginning, a review of MMORPG games or a similar genre like that. So basically, this is not an MMORPG. It's counted as one, I think. I'm not sure, but it's similar to an MMORPG. But yeah, I did put a bunch of work into it, so into this video, I guess. So if you would help me and subscribe and leave a like or comment on what game I should play next, do that. It does help me a lot. And yeah, but for the Dragon Raja viewers, because this game, yes, this channel is made from Dragon Raja. I do daily videos on Dragon Raja, so check that out. Check that game out, I guess. Yeah, for the Dragon Raja viewers out there to watch me to the end, I will definitely say that yes, Dragon Age is still my main game, and I will be streaming 2 hours after this game comes out, after this video comes out. So don't worry, the Dragon Age videos are still gonna be there. And yeah, as I said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you all for the support, amazing support you guys have shown me so far. And bye bye, guys.